Have you ever had a chance to do something great, take a new job, move to a new city, start a relationship, or chase a dream, but instead you hesitated? Maybe you felt nervous, overthought everything, and convinced yourself to stay where you are. Later you wondered, what if I had just taken that chance? That feeling, that tightness in your chest, that voice that says, what if it doesn't work out? Is fear of change. And while it feels protective, it quietly steals countless opportunities from our lives. Fear of change is like a soft cage. You don't even realize you retrapped until you look back and see all the moments you let slip by. Why do we fear change so much? The answer lies in how our brains are wired. Your brain is built to keep you safe. It loves the familiar because familiar means predictable, and predictable feels safe. Change, even when it's good, feels like danger to your brain because it's unknown. It doesn't know what will happen, and so it reacts with anxiety, hesitation, and self-doubt. This is why so many people stay in jobs they don't like, relationships that don't fulfill them, or routines that keep them stuck. Not because they don't want better, but because the idea of leaving what's familiar feels terrifying. Fear of change often whispers lies. It tells you you're not ready, you'll fail. What will people think if you mess up? These thoughts are not truth. They're fear trying to keep you in your comfort zone. And here's the hidden cost. Every time you give in to that fear, you reinforce it. Your brain learns, see? Staying the same keeps us safe, but safe doesn't mean happy. Safe doesn't mean growing. Safe often means stuck. Opportunities don't wait forever. That promotion, that new skill you wanted to learn, that person you wanted to meet, all of it has a window. Fear of change can make you freeze during that window, and when it closes, regret steps in. And regret is heavier than fear ever was. Psychologists say we regret the things we didn't do more than the mistakes we made. Why? Because mistakes teach us something, but missed opportunities haunt us with endless what-ifs. But there's another cost to fearing change. It shrinks your identity. When you repeatedly avoid change, you start to believe, this is just who I am. I'm someone who doesn't take risks. That belief becomes your reality, shaping every decision you make. Over time, your world becomes smaller, not because you lacked potential, but because fear built invisible walls around your life. Here's the truth most people overlook. Fear of change doesn't mean something is wrong. It means something meaningful is on the other side. You only feel fear when something matters. The unknown is uncomfortable, but it's also where growth lives. Every opportunity that changes your life will feel scary at first. That new job, that big move, that creative risk, it will never feel comfortable in the beginning. Because your brain is wired to resist what it doesn't know. So how do you stop fear of change from ruining opportunities? You start small. You don't need to take huge, reckless leaps. Instead, take one step in the direction of change. Make the phone call, send the application, sign up for the class. Have the hard conversation. Each small step tells your brain, we can handle this. And the more you step into change, the more your brain adjusts, and the fear starts to fade. Another powerful approach is to reframe fear. Instead of thinking, I'm scared, so this must be wrong, think I'm scared because this matters. Fear is not a stop sign, it's a signal that something valuable is on the other side. If you wait for fear to disappear before you take action, you'll wait forever. Courage is not about being fearless. It's about moving forward despite the fear. Imagine looking back on your life years from now. Would you rather say, I tried, even if I failed, or I stayed where I was because I was too afraid to change? Most people, when they reflect on life, don't regret their failures. They regret not taking chances when they had them. Fear of change is natural. It's human. But it doesn't have to control you. The moment you take even one small action toward change, you begin to reclaim the opportunities fear tried to steal. Because at the end of the day, Change isn't what ruins opportunities, fear is. And the good news is, fear is a feeling, not a fact. And feelings can be challenged.